I want to show you some different ways to use the brute force standard deviation shortcut formula from our textbook. It looks threatening when you first encounter it because it has all those Greek sigmas and stuff in it, but after you practice a bit, you'll get used to those as just being the sum of all the squared data and the sum of the data, and the n is how many data points there are. So I want to use it to figure out for these data up here. And as you can see, I've already cheated and used an online calculator to get all the answers already. The n is 9, of course, because there are 9 numbers, and the mean and the standard deviations and the sigmas are all there. Everything's done. So you might ask, why bother? But I want to show you how to do this in your calculator so you can do it on your own. So the first job is to enter the formula that we saw there briefly, this formula. The way to do it is to sort of work from the outside in. The first thing you see is this giant square root. So I need the giant square root sign right here. It's a second mode key, so there's a square root sign. And then inside the square root is a fraction. So I'll make an empty fraction with my n over d key here. So now I have a square root of an empty fraction. Now inside it, I have to build these expressions. But I just follow the template. The first thing it says to use n. N is the number of data points, and you can see up here that there are 9 of them. The next thing comes parenthesis, and then it asks for this funny looking sigma x squared. It's the sum of all the squared data, and my cheating method got it for me over here, 19,881. I can just type that in. And then finish off with the right-hand parenthesis that the formula has in it. Then I need a minus sign that the formula calls for, and then I can put in another parenthesis, and then it asks for sigma x, which is the sum of all the numbers. My cheating tool did that also. It's 369. Finish the parenthesis, and then the formula here shows put in a square, so use the x squared key. Now I need to go down in the bottom and enter this n times n minus 1. I do that with this arrow. I have to put in n, but remember n is 9. And then I put in the parentheses, and then it says 9 minus 1, and I could put in 8, but why not just type 9 minus 1? And now, on the calculator, the exact same formula, although you have to scroll, well, let's see, can I scroll over to see? Yeah, you can't see the whole thing on the screen, so you have to be careful to visualize what's going on. Then, I just hit enter, and it does all the work for me. And now, this calculator gives you exact answers if it can. Remember the toggle key turns it into an actual number. And now, if I did things correctly, that number should agree with what this cheating tool, it does, 24.3721. I got some extra digits here. So, I successfully negotiated that. I hope that makes sense. This is mainly an exercise in how to type in a complicated expression. It's the beauty of this calculator that it knows how to do these things all in one fell swoop. I think you'll love that. It's worth the money that you paid for it.